So this is the part two for what was yesterday's video, and obviously it'll end when I do my overall prediction. But today is my video on why I think the Chiefs would win the Super Bowl. So to get right into it, we start with Andy Reid. Now, we all know he's a great coach. The problem was that he used to be known for he was kind of infamous for struggling to win the big one. But now he really has shook that he just won the Super Bowl last year, and now this is his third AFC championship game in a row with the Chiefs. He'd already done that with the Eagles, and no other coach in history has done that before. No other NFL coach has been to 3 championship games in a row, but Reid's done it twice. So we know he can get there. We know he's good at getting there. But now, this guy that made Alex Smith look like an MVP candidate has Patrick Mahomes, the young gunslinger out of Texas Tech, who can throw the ball 9,000 yards out of the building, and he's got a great core around him. Andy Reid's spread offense it's really second to none. And I seriously think the Chiefs could be down like 30 points at halftime, and I still would have them as a contender in that game. They could be down like 40 points, and they're in that game. They can score quicker than anyone else in the league, and I think they're really like home run hitters. They're like these sort of this team that relies on the big play. So, sometimes they struggle to sustain the shorter drives. But, when you have the core around them and the scheme that Reid provides for them, it's just hard to stop them. And, like I said, his play design is maybe the best in the NFL outside of McVay. But, McVay's more known for just taking what other teams do well and adding it to his scheme, while Reid just kind of does whatever he wants. Like that play a few weeks ago where he sent Pat Mahomes in motion pre-snap. So he faked out, and it looked like it was going to be a Wildcat. Then he took the snap and booted out to the left. And again, it wasn't too much, but it was enough to keep the defense going like, what in the world is happening? And, they got a touchdown on it. The second reason is their weapons on offense and arguably the best receiver core in football. So Mecole, Hardman, and Tyreek Hill may be two of the fastest players in the league, and they're on the same team. And obviously, Ty Hill is a premier receiver as well. Mecole, kind of struggles. Mecole's more of a gadget guy, They'll give him the end arounds. They'll give him punt returns, kick returns. Just try to get the ball in his hands and let him work. Then you throw in Travis Kelce. The guy literally breaks every record in the tight end book. And then he re-breaks them the next year. 1,400 yards as a tight end is just unheard of. And he did it while missing a game because of sitting out. He's unbelievable. He's the best tight end in football and may go down as the best ever. Then you go to Clyde Helaire, who, again, not a great true runner, but he's a receiving back. He's elusive. He's good with the ball in his hands. So it's like they get this team and they have playmakers at every position on offense. And that's what you need against a defense like Tampa. You need playmakers to make big plays on these, especially with that D-line and those linebackers. Mahomes isn't going to have, I think, his usual time in the pocket, so he's going to need these guys to make plays after catch. 3 is Pat Mahomes. Literally all I'm going to say about this is he's 26, been to 2 Super Bowls, 3 AFC championships, and only lost as a starter 4 times. And I saw a stat that was his last loss in college was 56-10 against Iowa State. He hasn't lost by that many points combined in all of his games. He has not lost a game by more than 1 possession in the NFL. That's all I'm saying. That's it. And number 4 is kind of I don't want to say it's a cop-out, but it's truly what I believe, and that's after their hot hand. So they won 2 weeks ago with a backup. Last week, they steamrolled the Bills. The score doesn't really show how badly they won because the Bills got an onside kick and the game got a lot closer right at the tail end when the Bills were out of the game. And, that's what you need in the NFL. There's only one game to win to get to the next round. And so if you're hot at the right time, it can favor you. You look at the NBA last year when the Nuggets came down from a 3-1 lead against the Clippers. They got hot at the right time, and then they cooled off. But again, they got hot at the right time and won 4 games. If you won 4 games, you're in the Super Bowl, winning it. So being hot in the NFL is such a huge deal coming into the playoffs. And if you sustain that in the playoffs, it's even a bigger deal. And look at the Giants both time they beat the Patriots. It was just like that. The one year they were a wild card, and the other year they were definitely better. But still, again, They're the underdogs, but they're hot. They get hot at the right time. They win their last few weeks, and then they start to make plays. That's all it can take to upset someone. And I don't even know if the Chiefs aren't going to be the favored team anyway, but I just think they're hot, and that's going to help. I mean, Tampa had to limp to a win against Green Bay with a very, very, very questionable foul call. I'll probably make a video on that later, but basically my problem with that call is not that Green Bay was screwed, it's that they hadn't called that penalty all game, and then they call it because the guy flops on the last play of the game. Anyways, back to the real video. The Chiefs are hot and they're popular. People love them. They're young, fun, fast, and hungry. I mean, they play loose, which is very different from Tom Brady's very stiff and rigid, football way. And I think that's going to be the difference, honestly. I mean, in the end, the Chiefs are good. We all know that. I mean, they made it to a Super Bowl for the second time now. They're the defending Super Bowl champs, and they just had a huge win in the AFC Championship. They're no joke, and I really think they are going to give Tampa everything they have, and with that offense, it could be a real problem, and that is why I think the Kansas City Chiefs would win. Yeah, so be sure to comment and on what you think, and if you think you disagree with me on some things, or you think I didn't say enough things. I love to respond to the comments and read them, so be sure to like and subscribe, and probably tomorrow or the day after, I will have my video on my actual Super Bowl prediction now that I've laid the case for both teams. I don't know how long it's going to make necessarily, so that's why I am just kind of saying today or tomorrow, because I don't know exactly how much I'm doing for that. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.